Alright, Locomotive Division General Motors Corporation Maintenance Instruction 4334. Locomotive Control AAR Roller Switch Type. Description: Roller Switch Type controller Figure 1 with a compact magnificent design with an energized locomotive control circuit through with a cam operated roller switch. Shows dynamic brake front, dynamic brake rear, and then the 2 miles controllers depending on whether the locomotive is equipped with the dynamic brake. The two colors differ on only with the dynamic brake control mechanism, the interlocking mechanism, and the location number, the type of the roller switch used to provide a desired control. So it shows the non-dynamic brake front, and it shows the non-dynamic brake rear. Or the symbol of S with the reach of the screw with the front mounting plate with the frame with the opening with the engine control stand with the bottom edge with the control with the hinge bound with the control stand with the minor maintenance that could be performed without removing the controller from the stand. Upon the type of the control with either 2 or 3 handles protrude with the face of the control with the operate the mechanism with the following brief description of each of the handle associated mechanism. Driving dynamic brake handle. Unused equip with the dynamic brake handle with the located with the upper portion of the control panel with the position of the dynamic brake handle determine the amount of the braking effort applied with the locomotive through the traction mode with the directional handle with either forward or reverse position throttle and idle with the dynamic braking position from an off position to a notch setup position, then unnotched position 1 through 8 into control of the braking rheostat with each of the positions shown with the illuminated indicator above the brake handle. Throttle handle. Throttle handle is located near the center of the portion of the control panel with the movement with the throttle handle covered the rotation of the cam drum that actuates the roller switch to the excited of the main generator field that helps low voltage circuit to the engineering governor for the purpose of the controlling engine speed and power with the throttle over the 9-notch position for the far right position idle through with the running speed with the 1 through 8 with the far left position. The stop position which can be obtained with the pulling the handle outward in the idle position, moving the handle to the full right position with the Estatuan dent and placing of the throttle and stop shuts down when all the engines of the locomotive consists. Each of the positions shown with the illuminated indicator above the throttle handle. Your directional handle is located at the lower portion of the controller pan. Controls direction which the locomotive moves handle with the reposition right over the center with the position left to the center of the left. Locomotive with the move in the direction which the handle is positioned with the handle in the center position. No tractive effort to develop it if the throttle is open. The direction handle should be moved only when the locomotive is not in motion. Direction handle of the locomotive with control with the function of the key lock mechanism with the handle with the remove it and lock it. Handles insert the direction handle with the remove of the control and only the handle with the center position with the throttle is with the dynamic braking is all with the alternation with the direct handle to make with the handle even the insert with the remove of the highly dangerous practice. Such alteration can affect the ability of the handle with the engaged lock on the mechanism with the control of the proper safety operation directional handle with the conformance specification figure 2 show with the correct dimension with the directional handle with the Association American Railroad handle railroads handle with conformity with the specification even though well through the many years nominal so with the continue the function proper the design with the directional handle with the control with the source of the lubrication slot into the handle with the insert with the not necessary with the lubricant in this area can collect dust and dirt and cover the control of the malfunction interlocking mechanism the interlocking mechanism is located in the lower portion of the control of the throttle act with the dynamic brake axle with each of the metal cam plate with the lobes of the notch for the which over the interact with the pivot of the rollers handling curve with the cam plate with the provided necessary with the mechanical interlocking and interlocking inhibitors moving it over the operating handle enough the other handles are in the position where the subject cam can be safely operated. Interlocking override position allows the throttle handle to be moved the idle to the stop position anytime in the direction a handle is inserted into the controller. Alright, show the different kind of handles. AR standard control stand with directional handles. The throttle dynamic braking directional handle carry and camshaft with the notch of the cut with the outer edge of the contact spring with the loaded with the dented roller for the hold of the carrier axles in selected position. Monitor and pull handles overcome with the dented pressure for the movement of the next notch. Interlocking with the dynamic brake at the throttle with the director handle to provide operational section throttle cam drum. The cam drum is moved with the metal material of the carrier should be taken to avoid chipping with the cam drum. Surf with the contour of the face of the drum is over the range for the actuate proper the roller switch of the directivity. The movement of the throttle hand and switch the lobes with the cam area with the contact with the roller switch plunger fully depressed with the cam depression with the alignment and with the switch of the switch roller drops into the depression switch contact transfer with no switch contact adjustment no necessary with the provide. The control housing is a box shaped structure with a molded polyester with the housing in the bottom plate containing the bushing with the throttle with the dynamic braking axle with the interlocking mechanism with the roller switch are mounted on the back of the housing. The location enable the proper location the interface with the cam drum handle with the carrier with the cam plate with the housing bottom plate with the bottom of the main housing position with the 2 locating pins provide the support with the alignment of the axles interlocking the assembly switches. Each roller switch consists of the 2-piece housing with enclosed either 1 or 2 sets of the contact stamp. The acting mechanism provide positive with the making and braking switch contacts. Some of the switches are with a permanent magnet arc suppressed for the polarity must be observed with the connecting these switches. Dynamic braking rheostat. The plate with the top of the rheostat mounted with the bottom of the plate controller housing the rheostat brush arm is attached with the dynamic braking axle rotates through an angle of 90 degrees. The rheostat with the 21 individual steps consists of 35 contact bars. First step consists of 8 contact bars shorted together, and last step consists of the 6 contact bars shorted together. The steps 4 through 18 contain the internal resistance of 308 plus or minus 10 ohms. With the remaining steps contain no internal resistance but connect with external mounted resistors. Fasten terminals located with the base plate with the terminal identification shown on the side of the plate. The brush is made with silver graphite. Must make contact with each of the bar of the brush drive pins. Contact all segments with the brushes. Remove the operation due to mechanisms and differences between the dynamic and non-dynamic control. The 2 separate lists of the handle operation interlocking are provided. Dynamic control, the direct handle will remove the throttle locked to idle, with the dynamic brake locked off. Direction handle installed in the center of the throttle can be moved to any position. Dynamic brake locked off. The direction handle installed in either forward or reverse. Dynamic brake off. The throttle can be moved to any position. Dynamic brake in any position. Step 2 full 8. Throttle can be moved between idle and stop only. Throttle and idle or stop. The dynamic brake can be moved to any of the positions. Throttle any of the position 1 through full. Dynamic braking locked off. Throttle handle idle or stop. The dynamic handle installed with the center dynamic brake locked off. B. Directional handle installed with either the forward reverse. Dynamic brake can be moved in any of the position. Dynamic brake off. The directional handle can be moved in any of the position. Dynamic brake in the position with the setup for the full 8. The directional handle locked either forward or reverse. Throttle handle in any position from 1 to 8. The dynamic brake lock off. The directional handle is locked with either forward, center, or reverse. Dynamic brake handle off. The directional handle is installed with the forward, center, or reverse. Throttle can move to any position. The throttle in any position 1 to 8. With the direct handle locked in either the forward, center, with the 7. The dynamic brake in any of the positions set up with the full 8. The throttle can be moved in between idle and stop only, with the direction handle locked in either forward or reverse. Non-dynamic control with the directional handle remove the throttle locked in idle, with the direction handle installed with either the forward, center, or reverse. Throttle can be moved in any position. 3. Throttle in idle stop. The direction handle can be moved in any of the position. 4. Throttle in position 1 through 8 with the direction handle locked in either forward or center or reverse. Maintenance, even under extremely dusty with a humidity condition, the exchange will expect and advisable to determine whether all the components function properly, efficient with the sluggishness, with the tightness, with the gritty, with the feeling, with the extreme, with the controller should be distant, some of the clean, with the lubricated depth, some of the controls should be thoroughly checked and qualified. But the service of this would be more convenient with the performed on the bench. Notice maintenance with the repair performed with an indicator lamp switch with the dynamic braking rheostat without removing the control with the control stand indicator lamp. Replace the burned out indicator lamp. Remove the back plate with the engineer's control stand with the white, which houses the controller side lamp of the socket with the light transmitter mounting plate with the remove the lamp with the socket of the shoe with the dab with the lamp part. Switches resistors. Switches and resistors are mounted with the rear of the control housing with a made with accessible to remove the back plate with the engineer's control stand with the housing with the control of the shoe with the dab with the specification switches resistors. Caution polarity must be observed with an installation switches equipped with a permanent magnet arc suppressors. Dynamic braking rheostat. Remove the dynamic braking rheostat as follows. Remove the 6 mounting screw along with the top of the side of the controlling front panel with the tab of the controller forward with a hinge mounted bottom edge. Identify with the tag. Remove the wire with the terminals over the rheostat with the dynamic brake of the off. Loosen with the 5/6 with the 18 hex height bolt with the tightness of a C. Clamp type of adapter with the dynamic brake axle. Figure 3. Figure 3 show the dynamic braking rheostat adapter with a dish adapter tightening bolt, the adapter and the adapting mounting bolt of the rheostat. With the 4. Remove the 2 1/4 inch 20 mount bolts with the secure of the rheostat. Have them remove the rheostat adapter with the dynamic brake example. Excellent. Spin with the contact brush for the trips with the wear of the plate for the brake brush height with less than 7/32 of an inch. Remove the 8/32 fills or head screw with the lock washer. Secure with the half dab with the rheostat. Remove the adapter with the tab with the specification with the rheostat. Note: replace with the contact brush interval specified the scheduled maintenance program. The following procedure must be either installed with the dynamic braking rheostat with an ensure the proper angular movement of the rheostat position. Adapter with the 5/6 and the 18 with the bolted head with the close of the bent leg. With the rheostat with the wiper position with the contacts 1 and 2 with the install with the 8/32 with the fills for a head screw with the lock washers. So the screw with the adapter rheostat with the torque screw with the 17 inches a pound. Torque install with the dynamic brake rheostat with the bottom over the dynamic braking rheostat axle with the type with the adapter screw at this time. 3. Rotate the rheostat with the blade mounting bracket holes. Line with the mounting hole with the housing with the installing 1/4 inch by 21 1/4 inch mounting bolt with the flash washer through the housing bottom plate with the rheostat mounting bracket. Apply self-locking knot torque to 72 inches a pound of torque. Install 1/4 20-inch by 1-inch mounting bolt with a flat washer for the housing. The rheostat mounting bracket with applied self-locking nut torqued at 72 inches a pound with the torque. Set throttle handle the idle direction. Handle with either forward or reverse dynamic brake off with the press down arm with the dynamic braking axle with the top housing. Then remove the slag brushing. Rotate with the rheostat brushing until the rest on the 4th and 5th bar is shown in figure 4. Okay, so it shows the CO 8 bores shorted, 17 bars, and then the last 6 bars of your dynamic braking resistor. And this is what it does, the dynamic braking rheostat adjustment. 7Y, hold on rheostat brush with the position, carefully tighten the 5/16 of an inch 18 hex held bolt to tighten the C-clamp type adapter. The dynamic brake act for the torque and 13 foot-pound with the move of the dynamic brake full 8 position, indicate with the window, check with the brush for the position, any with the last 6 bar with the clockwise with the rheostat with the knot loose from the C-clamp with the adapter, adjust with the rheostat with the toe of the brush, contact with the first 8 bar with the off position, and any with the last 6 bar with the full 8 position, tighten 5/16 of an inch 18 with the hex head bolt with the 13 foot-pounds of torque. Apply harness wiring with the rheostat. The terminal is control removable. Remove the 6 mounting screw with along with the top of the side with the control with the tip of the control with the floor with the hinge bottom edge of the identify with the tag. Disconnect the harness. Leave it at the control with the remove the 3 mounting screw with the hinge secure with the control with the controller stand. 4. Remove the control with the control stand with the plate with the workbench with the other suitable work. With disassemble the proceed with the scrub with the complete with the disassembly both with the dynamic non-dynamic control with the proceed with the I-tab with the applicable with the control with the coupe with the dynamic brake with while working with the non-dynamic control of the discard with the italicized tech with control that needs only partial disassembly. Use the only step that requires to complete with a portion of the disassembly controller. Identify with the tag, remove the wiper control with the jump switch of the resist, the rear of the control of the disconnect black lead indicator lamp with the rheostat 50 with 300 on with the remove of the lamp socket with the light transmitter. And dynamic braking with the dynamic braking off the loosen with the 5/16 hex head cap head bolt with the tighten of the dynamic brake rheostat C clamp type of adapter with the dynamic braking axle. Remove the 2 1/4 inch 20-inch mounts bolts with the secure the rheostat housing. Remove the rheostat with the depth of the dynamic braking axle. Inspect with the contact brush with the tip except for the wear with the replace with the brush height with less than 7/32 of an inch. Replace with the contact brush the interval specified in the scheduled maintenance program. And back to the regular ones and all versions. Remove the switch resistor bracket from the rear of the control housing. 8. Remove the snap ring with the throttle to 10 with the cover pin with the figure. And 5 with the screw with the dent with the cover housing. Shift the cover in the spring, the club with the pin and cover pin with the snap rings, throttle 5 with the detent, some of the pump with the pressure for the detent. All models apply with the pressure dent, cover the pin, slowly release pressure with the cover to relieve the spring pressure. Remove the detent, pivot the pin, snap ring, slide with the pin out with the cover housing with the detent with the clevis housing, with the remove the clevis ring with the cover for the housing closure. Remove the 5/16 inch 24 inch secure with the lock now with a flat washer securing the figure for 6 with the dynamic braking shaft with the washer and then recess in the end of the handle. So figure 6 with the dynamic handle, remove the dynamic braking shaft with the handle, spring with the lock nut with the washer with the 14 also with the dynamic braking with the remove the handle, spring with the handle with the dynamic braking shaft. All control models figure 5/16 inch 24 inch 5/16 by 24 inch self-locking no flat washer securing the handle with the throttle shaft with the nut washer with the reset and the end of the handle with the remove the handle, spring with the handle with the throttle shaft with the remove 4 1/4 inch 20 bolts lock washer flat washer securing the directional S-gline with the front panel with the remove the S-gline and for the directional with the control with the move the handle to the left and move the dynamic brake handle with the off and through with the and then all models throttle handle to position 8 remove the 4 1/4 inch 20 front panel mounting screw with the lock washer flat washer located marked with the X figure 7 and remove the front panel from the controller. So figure 7 with the front panel mounting bolts. To avoid the damaged throttle and then the dynamic braking gauge indicators apply with the pressure fade for the guide and assemblies with the rotate for the dynamic brake and throttle handles to ensure the vision clearance between the guide indicator with the controller housing. 20 rotate with the throttle with the idle position sign with the remove the directional handle. 20 remove the guide spring with the directional handle. Figure 8 all models with the remove the 1032 with screw with the screw and the light transmitter with the housing. Remove the transmitter and retract handle directional handle with the controller position either forward or reverse. 24 all in dynamic braking rotate with the dynamic brake act with the dynamic brake shaft the brown opening with the rear housing. Remove the guide indicator assembly and spring with the brake shaft. Remove the 3/8 of N16 self-locking shaft and nut with a round opening plate for the dynamic braking off. Remove the shaft of the axle and all units assigned with the directional hand with rotate the traction shaft in line. Double switch opening rear housing. All units remove the guide indicator assembly spring with the throttle shaft, raise the throttle cam drum with the axle until the knees for the top of the house. Remove 3/8 of N16 self-locking throttle shaft with the double switch opening with the rear of the house. And 30 lock throttle cam drum. Remove the shaft from the axle. Warning prior to remove the housing plate. Ensure the dynamic brake in the direction of the detent torsion spring with the properly see with the housing grooves. All models remove the 4 1/4 inch 20 bolt bottom plate corner with the flat washer lock washer with the remove of the plate from the main housing. 32 remove the directional detent roller, assemble the spring with the end of the figure 9 with a groove within the housing to release spring tension. Remove spring from the detent roller shaft. In dynamic, remove the dynamic brake detent torsion spring with the end of the housing groove. Release the spring tension and remove the spring from the detent shaft. The 14, all models remove the thrust washer roller bearing handle carrier subshaft. Remove the handle carrier with the end of the throttle axle. Alright, show the throttle axle on the top, and then the throttle cam drum, throttle guide indicator, assembly throttle shaft. Directional detention torsion spring, directional handle carrier, bottom plate, dynamic detention spring, dynamic brake axle, dynamic brake shaft. Figure 9, control with the bottom plate, handle carrier, assembly, roller bearing, housing cover, directional detent, torsion spring, thrust washer, dynamic brake detent, torsion spring. Alright. Remove the thrust washer roller bearings for the dynamic braking throttle axles. Figure 10, dynamic braking for the next 3. Remove the dynamic detent, assemble the bushing in the housing shelf. Remove the dynamic braking axle with the housing. Remove the interlock roller assembly shaft with the bushing and the housing shelf. All units lower throttle axle with the allow with the removal of the direction of the detent roller support shaft with the bushing and the housing shelf. All units holding the throttle cam drum in the position, rotate throttle axle and interlocking roller reset with the throttle axle plates face of the rear of the housing. Figure 11, remove the throttle axle from the housing. All units remove the throttle cam drum with the housing. Remove 632 in the socket head screw in the tapping pads and hosing with the housing. Remove the tapping pads with the housing, complete with the disassembly of the control of the proceed with the sub-assembly disassembly. Alright, sub-assemblies. This is dynamic braking. Dynamic braking guide indicate with the assembly. Remove the 1024 self-tapping screw with the indicator with the guide. All units throttle guide indicator assembly. Remove the 1024 self-tapping screw with the self-indicator guide. Dynamic braking. Dynamic brake guide detent with the self. Remove the snap screen with the roller pin, slide pin downward out with the cleave, releasing the pin with the roller with the cleave with its interlock roller assembly. Remove the snap ring falling or roller support subshaft with the remove the roller with the subshaft. Directional detent roller assembly. Remove the snap ring with the roller subshaft. Support subshaft with the remove the roller from the subshaft with the throttle clevis. All unit cut and remove the locking wire. Secure the rolling pin. Remove the roller pin and roller clevis. Front panel assembly. Remove the bolt and washer lock wires. Securing the dynamic brake throttle Esquan to the panel. Remove the Esquan from the panel. Alright, shows figure 10 show the detent interlocking, the thrust washer directional detent and roller bearings interlocking assembly, thrust washers, dynamic braking detent assembly, and the dynamic braking axle. Alright, throttle cam, throttle X plate, interlocking roller recess, directional detent assembly. Tapping pads, throttle axle removal. Alright, and dynamic braking, dynamic brake rheostat, remove the top 2 832 filter, head screw, lock wash, screwing adapter, rheostat, remove the adapter from the rheostat. 9. All units handle carrier, assemble the release spring for the groove with the roller pin. Figure 12. Remove the retaining ring with the locking bracket. Pivot the pin on opposite side. C. Remove the pivot pin locking bracket. The handle carrier, 9-line washer spring. D. Remove the locking bracket from the carrier. E. Remove the retaining ring from each end of the roller pins. F. Remove the pin and roller from the locking bracket assembly. So is the assemble handle carrier lock plate, locking bracket, snap ring roller pins, nylon washer spring, pivot pin with retaining pin. Or to assemble the proceed with the describe the complete assembly of both dynamic, non-dynamic, proceed with the ITEL with the applicable with the control of the equipment dynamic braking. When working non-dynamic, control of the discard, italicized text controls need only partial assembly, only steps of the required to complete the portion of assembly. To assemble the control of the assembly of the part with the describe the certain all parts of the operate freely with the mating part with the lubricate with the part of the control of the prior to the sub-assembly. Prior to assembly described in lubrication. Or subassembly and the dynamic braking guide indicator assembly indicator with the guide of the 2 numbered 1024 self-tapping increased torque to 18 inches pounds of torque. All metal throttle guide indicator assembly indicator the guide with the 1024 self-tapping screw with the torque with 18-inch pound with the dynamic braking detent assembly with the subshaft with the position aligning roll with the holes with the clevis arm of the arm, the insert of the snap, the ring groove, the end of the roller pin with the root lock, lower clevis arm of the roller, upper clevis arm, secure the pin to the clevis of the snap ring with the top of the pin. 4. Dynamic braking interlocking roller, some slide roller onto the roller support subshaft secure with the snap ring. All models direct attention from the roller, assembly slide of the roller support stub shaft, screw the snap ring. All models throttle clevis assembly align with the rollers, hold with the clevis arm, insert with the roller pin, through the clevis arm, roller, insert locking wire with the one end of the pin, run on the wire with the cross of the clevis through with the another end of the pin, insert with the hole within the second end of the pin, twist wire end together around the rear side of the clevis, which must be tight enough to prevent the pin for the rotation cut exit of the wire with the twisted portion approximately 1/4 inch fold, twisted portion of wire flat against the rear of the clevis, figure 13. Alright, it shows the clevis roller pin and the locking wire and the roller throttle clevis assembly. Alright, front panel and mounted dynamic brake throttle, S-column front panel, flat washer, split washer, lock washer, 1/4 inch 20 by 1 inch bolts indicate with the X figure, 14 torque with at 72 inch pounds, 14 S-column mounting bolts. Dynamic braking rheostat assembly, the position adapter of the rheostat 5/16 80-inch 18-bolt head of the close with the bent leg over the rheostat figure 3 with the rear white position for the context 1 and 2 with the install of the 832 filter head scraps, screws, lock washers to secure the adapter of the rheostat, torque to 17 inches a pound. All models hand carrier assembly, install the roller pin locking in the bracket with secure each end of the retaining ring place locking bracket over the carrier with the roller aligned with the key slot aligned with the pivot pin hole with the bracket with a hole in the carrier. Insert nylon washer between the bracket with the carrier aligned with the pivot pins over the hole with the spring side of the carrier. Insert one over the spring into the hole with the carrier top of the blade line with the spring pivot hole with the F. Insert the pivot pin through the spring of the bracket with the nylon washer carrier with the screw with the retaining ring on the end of the opposite side. Rotate with the free with the end of the spring counterclockwise with the place of the groove of the roller pin controller. If the new housing is being used, assemble and remove the bottom of the plate housing. No housing and the bottom plates are masted and do not interchange with it. Install 7 tapping pads with one side of the housing figure 15 screw with 16, 13, 6x32 inch head cap screws torqued to 9 inches a pound. So the tapping pad connection locations with housing position on the back side of the suitable for the work area with the position throttle with the cam drum upper housing insert with the throttle axle for the bushing housing shelf with the inch of the axle with the interlocking roller reset throttle with the axle plate with the facing rear housing figure 11 and insert with the directional detent roller support assembly with the arm with the over the throttle axle plate with the roller extended downward through with the large opening of the throttle axle plate. 5. Move the throttle axle inward until the axle plate clears the throttle clevis opening at the rear of the housing figure 16. Show the throttle cam, throttle axle plate, throttle axle clevis is opening direction detent roller assembly. Rotate the throttle axle with all the directional detent roller assembly so the shaft with the insert with the housing shelf bushing. Move the throttle axle with the insert of the axle with the bushing on the top of the housing. In dynamic insert with the interlocking roller assembly shorter shaft with the end housing shelf bushing with the room on the bottom of the side of the figure 10. Rotate with the throttle axle with the interlocking roller fits into the throttle plate interlocking reset. Insert with the dynamic braking assembly housing shelf pushing with the housing into the bushing and the top of the bushing housing. Install the dynamic brake and the dent. The assembly is short shaft with the housing shelf, the bottom side with the shelf. Install the thin thrust washer, roller bearing, and thick thrust washer on the bottom of the dynamic brake axle. The thicker the thrust washer, the must be with the bottom of the contact housing of the plate. In all models, install the thrust washer, roller bearing, second thrust washer, and bottom of the throttle axle. Install the hand carrier assembly on the bottom of the throttle axle. Install the thrust washer, roller bearing, second thrust washer, stub shaft, and handling. In dynamic, install the dynamic braking detent torsion spring over shaft position one end of the spring with the groove of the roller pin on the other end of the housing figure 9. Warning, ensure the torsion springs end of the firmly seated housing and all models install the directional detent roller, assemble the torsion spring over the shaft of the portion spring with a short bend of the subshaft spring groove. All models rotate spring with a long end bend with the counterclockwise direction, apply with the tension until the spring end of the fitted with the housing groove with the 19. Ensure the torsion spring end of the firmly seated with the housing groove with the 19. Place the housing plate over the throttle with the dynamic braking act with the line with the dynamic braking tension interlocking roller shaft with the directional detent roller assembly shaft to the bushing with the housing bottom plate figure 8. All models move the housing bottom plate with the housing between the secure with the dowel panel with made with a hole in the housing install with a 4 1/4 20 by 7/8 inch corner bolt flash washer spring line ring lock washer that secure the housing bottom plate with the housing torque to a 72 inch pound with the torque. All models slide the throttle cam along with the axle to meet with the top of the head with the insert with the directional hand with the unlock with the throttle axle rotate with the throttle axle head and throttle shaft over the line with the double switch opening with the rear of the housing. All models insert with the course thread over the end of the throttle shaft with the through of the throttle axle screw the shaft of the axle 3/8 inch 16th self locking knot applied through Double switch opening of the rear housing with the torque of the 25 pounds of torque. Slide with the guide spring with a guide indicator for the assembly throttle shaft with the indicator with the number facing over the handle end of the shaft. Ensure with the spring and the seat with the flat surface over the axle. Alright, to avoid damage of the throttle dynamic brake guide, indicators apply with the pressure face of the guide, assemble the plate for the rotation dynamic brake of the throttle handles to ensure the vision clearance between the guide with the assembly with the controller housing. All models cam facing the rear of the housing, lower cam assembled to the interface with the throttle of the guide indicator assembly. Dynamic when throttle over the out position directional hand with either forward or reverse rotate the dynamic brake axle until the brake shaft hole is aligned with the round opening near the rear of the housing. Ensure with the course thread of the dynamic braking shaft with the dynamic braking axle secure the 3/8 inch 16 self-locking nuts around with the opening in the rear of the house at 24 pounds of torque. Slide with guide spring with the guide indicator assemble the brake shaft with the indicated number facing toward the handle with the end of the shaft. Ensure the spring and seat with the flat surface of the axle. All metals place the control of the back set of the dynamic braking in out position, central the direction hand with the remove the directional hand over the controller. 30 install the limit light and transmitter of the arm position with the social and dynamics over the short arm is located between the dynamic brake indicator. All models long arm are located between the throttle indicator figure 8. Screw the transmitting housing to 1032. Screw the torque to 22 inches per pound of the torque. 31 apply with the directional guide spring with the directional handle carrier with the handle slide the torque with the top of the spring with the arms forward. All models slide the directional guide onto the handle carrier. All models insert directional handle within the controller. Move the handle to the left and dynamic move the brake handle to the off, and all models throttle handle to position 8. Alright, all models apply with the front panel control housing. Screw with the 1/4 20 by 1 1/4 inch screw with the lock washer flat wires for location marked X on figure 7. Torque bolts at 8.72 inches per pound with the rotate throttle with the out position. Some of them remove the directional handle for the controller. All models install the directional S-con front panel with a screw with a 1/4 inch 20 by 1 inch bolt with the upper mounting bolts with a 1/4 inch by 20 by 7/8 inch bolt with the lower mounting hole with the torque bolts at 72 inch pound with the torque. Dynamic slide with the hand while into the dynamic braking shaft the binder X with the handle over the vertical position shown figure 1. Instant dynamic install with a hand spring over shaft apply with a flat washer 5/16 by 24 self-locking nut with the self cover. Screw handle shaft with the figure 6 for the tightening until with the washer bottom out of the shaft holder. Slightly handle over the over shaft of the major of the handle over the horizontal position and dynamic handle rotate with the 90 with the dynamic braking handle. Alright, 40. All models install handle spring over shaft the flat washer 5/16 24 self-locking non-secure handle to shaft tighten until the washer bottoms out with the shaft holder. Place the throttle device and detent clevis of the figure 5 of the housing opening the roller with the engage the detent with the throttle axle plate. Place cover over the housing so with the cut out notches and located the door of the center of the housing. All models align cover housing clevis bores hold the insert with the detent pivot the pin with the screw of the pin with the snapping ring each of the end of the pin. Insert screwdriver the blade between the coil with the detent spring with the line with the spring with the depression over the rear with the detent with the depression of the detent cover. 46 with the pivot cover the door over the housing on the toe of the pressure flat with the detent plate with the detent cover to remove the screw feather between the spring coil to continue to pivot the cover door of the housing until the cover hold the cover the line with the hole of the detent closure portion of the housing. Insert cover pin through the hole of the detent cover and hole of the housing screw on each end of the snap ring with a green groove within pin. And dynamic install the dynamic rheostat with adapter with the bottom of the dynamic braking up with do not tighten adapter screw at the time. Rotate rheostat plate with the mounting bracket with the holes aligned with the mounting holes. Then install the 1/4 inch by 21 1/4 mounting bolt with a flat washer through the housing the bottom plate with the rheostat mounting with the bracket apply with the self-locking non-torque with a 72 inch pound. So 1/4 inch by 20 by 1 inch mounting bolt and flat washer through the housing rheostat mounting bracket with the apply with the self-locking nut torque at 72 inches per pound with set of the throttle handle idle direction hard over either forward or reverse dynamic braking off. Press down with the dynamic brake axle through with the top of the remove any slack with the bushing. Rotate with the rheostat with the brush until with the reset the down on the 4th and 5th bars shown figure 4 while holding the rheostat brush from the position. Carefully tighten 5/16 1/8 inch hex head with the tighten with the C clamp with the tab with the adapter braking dynamic braking up the torque so with 13 foot-pounds of torque. Move the dynamic full 8 position indicate with the window, check with the brush with the position of any of the last 6 bars to the clockwise with the end of the rheostat with the down bleach from the C clamp with the adapter adjust the rheostat until the brush contacts the end of the first 8 bars of the off position and the last 6 bars with the full 8 position torque of the 5/16 with the 18 hex head bolt into the 13 foot-pounds of torque. All models mount the resistor bracket of the resistor switches shown figure 1 torque resistor mounting the bracket screw with it 72 inches pound with the torque resistor to the bracket 16 inch pounds of torque switch mounting screws at 20 inch pounds of torque control the indicator lamp socket with the in light transmitter connect back lead to the bright side terminal with the rheostat 5300 ohms install wire jumpers on the switch of the resistors. Alright, lubrication. Apply lubrication contact wear surface to all metal parts mentioned below, but do not lubricate directional key slide with the handle carrier. The handle carrier, stub shaft, thrust washer, roller bearing, directional detent roller, same with stub shaft with the spring, groove the stub shaft with the roller spring and shaft, dynamic interlocking roller, similar stub shaft with the dynamic braking detent, assembly roller and spring shaft, all metal throttle clevis roller, clevis pivot, pin with throttle axis, throttle washer, roller bearing, dynamic braking axle, throttle washer, roller bearing, all metals bushing and bottom plate shelf at the top of the controller housing, interlocking notch surface of all the cam plates. Alright, mechanical inspection. Following mechanical checks should be made with the qualified with the control with the trouble-free operation. Check with the indicators to see with the proper position, indicate with each with the throttle brake position, number of the designation, reasonable lined up with the center of the opening. 2. Check with the handle with the tight with on with the axle with the shaft that they move freely enough to spring load with the detent action with the respective axle segment with the plates can either ease position and travel the direction. Handle as the handle approaches the forward side with the reverse position, slight pull. 8. The movement of the final position should be extreme of the do with the extreme action directional to 10 of the roller assembly. Throttle handle with the full movement of the throttle handle 1 notch for the next 10 degrees with the 1/2 of the movement that being required to give it the previous notch for the throttle handle should be automatically fall in the next position roller down with the passive of the hump between the positions. Dynamic brake handle with the dynamic braking handle 2 notch position free slide with the position full movement of the handle off the set with approximately 10 degrees for setup with the through full 8 down with approximately 80 degrees with the movement over the handle through with the free sliding position require the smooth steady force with no rough spots or binding. Electrical inspection order. Check with electrical operation control the validated repairs which have been made with the following tests. Operate with the control through their entire range. Check the speed with the proper switch for the energize with each position. Refer to the switch sequence chart figure 17 for the switch identification con functions. Note properly must be polarity must be observed with installing switches equipped with permanent magnet for the arc suppressor to serve the data for the proper switch and part numbers. Check with the dynamic rheostat and ensure that the electrical contact is made for the C terminal on the rheostat with the brush for the contact bar with each of the terminal first 8 bars are connected with the terminal 1, last 6 bars with the connected with terminal 21. The remaining terminals are connected with the contact bars as shown in figure 4. Check with the voltage indicating dial lamps. It should be 6 to 8 volts with 74 volts applied with the series circuit with the lamp resistor. And then show with the throttle handle, directional handle, switch arrangement, back view mechanism. Throttle 1 to 8, stop 5 to 6, 3 to 8, 2 to 4 to 6 to 8, reverse right-handed forward, throttle handle, throttle 1 position, directional handle, reverse right hand forward, by dynamic braking handle, BCB braking B, brake B, G, switch arrangement, throttle handle 1 to 8, style, stop 5 to 6, 3 to 8, 5 to 8, 2 to 4, 6 to 8, dynamic braking, switch identification chart, service data contact NC 2 contacts 1 and not open 1 closed and non-closed arc suppressor 2 NC 2 contacts NO resistor. There's 25 ohms plus or minus 10%, 25 watts, 8 watts, 8 ohms plus or minus 10, 25 watts, 5 ohms plus or minus 10%, 25 watts, 300 ohms plus or minus 5%, 25 watts. Dynamic braking brake resistor grids, contact bars 35, backlash 2.5% maximum, 2 degree 2.5 maximum, brush silver graphite, high pot terminals to ground dial, lead grease, tools, cross recess, switch driver the number 2, flatbread, screwdriver the 1/4, 7/16 1/2, 9/16 inch socket extension 3 inch long over the side of the 16th for the open ends, wrench, external snap rings, pliers, 7/64 inch hex screw standard pliers. Alright, and if you were wondering, that's a Locomotive Control Association American Railroad Roller Switchers 909-3629 and 909-1052, Electric Motor Division, General Motors Corporation Maintenance Instruction MI 4334.